We've got a delayed penalty here. 9:37 on the first. Had some technical difficulties. Championship game at the St. Louis Gateway Classic here at Sunday, November 9th, Americans Ice Rink. Matchup is between the Chesterfield Falcons 12U-B2 team and the Twin Bridges Lightning 12U-B1 group. This will be number 64, or correction, number 54, facing off against Mickley. Pernitsky and Denny back on defense. Newport both on the ice. Falcons down one player. Armstrong making a save down low. Lightning pass over to 49. 49 with a long shot. Armstrong will save it. That was number 49, Riegert, with a shot from the point. Armstrong catching that through traffic. Falcons did open scoring early in the Maxwell Harrison put the Falcons up. 1 minute left on the penalty here. Kept in. No, actually just passed. Eager gets this. Goes. Clock 50 play for the Lightning. And that's Lurk, who went to the sin bin on a tripping call. Walking horse with a sliding shot up toward goalie for the Lightning, and a save, but picked up by Gorham. Gorham shorthanded. Shot, save. Save by Lang. Facing off in their own corner. Sliding, picked up by the Lightning, who are now on the attack. Lightning looking to tape it. That was Abert who sent it down deep. Seconds remains on the power play. Harrison shot off the body of Bryant. Harrison trying to kick it out, but down the Meseros, poked out by Walken. Swings in. And not sure where that went. This is Lightning. Other way. Back to the Lightning. That's Romer. Romer chasing after. Lightning trying to kick it in. Lightning send it ahead. Picked up by Pernitsky. Pernitsky to Legrand. Legrand trying to exit. Send into the neutral zone. Picked up by Masterson. No, it's the Lightning who send it ahead. Back to Denny. Denny into the body of Benton. Kicked in by the Lightning as they attack. Legrand trying to squeeze it over. Sent up to Masterson. Masterson off the boards into the neutral zone. 97. Actually, that was Legrand in zone. Lightning. Legrand. That was to dance. Got poked back down. Pressure. And a good job. Now it's now that was Mickley trying to send one ahead to Newport, but picked up by the Lightning. Great job as they tried to exit, but the Falcons still keep it in. 6-8. Sent over, picked up at the red line by the Lightning, but lost in transition. Now back the other way is Mick. Masters gives it at the point. Masters over to Newport. No shot off the body of Dively. Now over to Masters. Masters looking for a center and cast. Saucer over to Newport. Newport gets a shove. Now grabbed by Newport, who tries to send it to the doorstep. Lurk at the point. Shot 2. Shot down behind the net. Loose puck down low. The light as they get this shot. Mickley to Newport. Up by Lang, and a stop by Lang down low. Lang stops the clock at 5:11. Nice save. Going looking for a backhand shot. Merritt trying to swing back. It's Rick Gorham now in the corner, sends it off the body of a Lightning player. Lightning try to distribute over, stopped by Kranitsky. Ricky down in the corner now and sent back the other way by Kranitsky, or by Gorham, correction. Masters, actually that's Harrison. Harrison tripped. Masters, actually that's Harrison. Harrison tripped, but now in the hands of Bryant. Bryant shifting over. But now in the hands of Bryant. Bryant shifting over. Bryant trying to grab that, but poked away by number 49, Riegert. And this will bring another power play opportunity. This time to the Falcons, as Harrison was tripped at the blue line, exiting their own defensive zone. Looking for the body of number 58, though, Abert. Not right now. And finally cleared. This will come down to Armstrong. Armstrong wants to, but too long. .58 seconds remains on the power play. 54 on the clock. Number 50, that's Schallenberg. Schallenberg looks actually picked up by Gorham. Gorham off the boards to Lurk. Lurk ahead to Newport. Newport goes down. Loose puck in the neutral zone at the center line. Sent back the other way by the Lightning. Picked up by Gorham. Gorham to enter. Now over to Matt. Newport off the boards. Lurk sending it ahead. Lurk off the body of number 58, Abert. Gorham trying to poke it the other way. Now Masters shifting down into the low slot. Backhand shot. Deflect. 7. Gorham trying to get a stick over. Now it's Frank Denny. And trying to get an attack and kept in. No, called offside actually. So 4 seconds remains and what looks to be an effective penalty kill by the Lightning. That'll bring a line change as Harrison is at left, at center, and back on defense. Goalie for the Falcons. Twin Bridge Lightning team. All and new zone captured back off the board over to Bryant. Bryant looking. Bryant shifting. Keep to Mickley. Mickley. Harrison. And of course, he shoots it down to the corner. Harrison looking for a wraparound.
Get up!
And
you're all right.
That's called dead.
Listen, if you're not going to agree with me, we're going to have to go to another area. This is my game. You go somewhere.
Harrison Bryant, right. Now back in the hands of Harrison for a wrap. Back. That's the Lightning who tried to carry it out. Now over to Harrison. Harrison pass over to Mickley. Center line deflected by the carried out. Lightning 2-on-2 and broken up by Walking Horse. Harrison after. And a number 1 go down. Armstrong broke it down. His stick away from it. Bryant chasing after. Now to Walking Horse. Lose the puck in transition, but Mickley carrying it out. Poked ahead by the center. Into the hands of 80. That's probably pass over, but it's Gorham now. Gorham shifting up. He's going to look for a save by Lang. Gorham not happy with Dively. Both of them jarring a little bit. And we may have a double penalty. They may be sitting in the box for a few minutes. That'll keep us full strength. Dively and Gorham not happy with this. With a shot picked up and a nice save. Top. As that one floated through the air. Huh? Captain. Long shot over into the body of Lang. Lang stopping that. And the referees finally collect that puck as it gets shaken out of Lang's 51 seconds in the first. LeGrand shot into the left leg pad for the Lightning. Pressure by Newport. Now in the hands of Masterson. Masterson looking for a centering pass over to LeGrand. Stopped and blown dead by the referee with 39 seconds remaining. Left to right is Newport, Mickley, Masters. Walking Horse. And collect that loop. Now Lightning after. It's there first. Abern off the board. To Schallenberg. Called dead on an off. 0.7 seconds remaining. Same lineup as before. Coming up, looking for a shot. 3 seconds shot. That's going to be saved by Armstrong. And it's number 5 in Newport. That's Rome. That was Jack Rome in Newport. And they may be calling in Newport. So both teams getting a little testy, and Coach Harrison. And wait to see what happens as both teams right now headed to intermission between first and second period. Just a quick recap. What was not caught on recording. The opening goal at 11. That was done by Max Harris. Going early. The two penalties later on in the first coming by on a tripping call. 9:37 call. 9:37. And at 4:26 in the first. And at 4:26 in the first. Another tripping call by number 20, Sheely. And we've got shots on Falcons. Newport pass. Armstrong keeps it. Pass broken up. Bryan at right, Harrison at left, and Lurk will shift out. Gorham coming, and Lurk will shift out. Gorham coming in as he's out of the sin bin. Bryan, but Falcons all together. All together kind of shift out of their own zone and try to collect it. It's kept in by Bryant. Bryant looking for some. Kept in by Bryant. Bryant looking for something to transpire. He'll look for a centering pass. Now Gorham trying to send it ahead. Too many touch. That's a send it ahead. Too many touch. That's a in with his game. That's in by Lurk at the top. Lurk poking it up. Grand trying to get a shot. Lightning. The last goal coming off of Bryant's centering pass over to Gorham. Gordon couldn't collect it, but off of Gorham's stick was deflected over to Harrison. Harrison had a backhand shot just over the left shoulder there of Lang. Just maybe a cheeseburger or something. Yeah, that'd be fine. Masterson trying to get it, but broken up by Dibley. And a great job by Dibley on the defensive effort down low as the Falcons were looking for a centering. The grand pass over to Masterson. Shot above. It's above on. Trying to complete a kipper catch. Back, pass down to LeGrand. LeGrand looking for a wrist shot. Glove saved by Lang. If they don't worry about it. Huh? No, just for you. Mickley looking for that, but it's the Lightning who come away with it. Actually, no clear possession now. And Lightning trying to clear. Well, they call it. It's live. Arms send it down to the corner. Walkenhorst trying to get his stick on it. Picked up by Mesros, it appears. But 3 white jerseys and 2 dark down in the corner. Finally, it's the Falcons who send it ahead. Now into the hands of Mickley. Mickley shifting into the slot. Mickley tripped by Rome, number 5. Off the stick of Rome, and Rome will head to the sin bin. It's the 3rd trip game. One bridge light go to the Falcons trying. It's Beck at the blue line just barely. Sends it ahead to into the body of Beck. Beck keeping it in. Sends it back down to the corner. This is again. Now into the stick of line. Beck over to the head. Hutch. That will be icing. 55 seconds remains on the player advantage for the Falcons. No Falcons back down to the Falcons. And the son of assistant coach Garrett Zavaglia will take the face off here. Short-handed. Bentons sending it over, but it's Zavaglia now. Zavaglia over deflected by Armstrong's left leg pad and glove. Centering pass. Centering pass. Picked up by Benton. Benton over to Matt. Kept in. No, that danced just across the blue line.
Oh, you guys know what 6 inches is. You know, I know you know. He's like, that looks like a 1.5 to me.
He's laughing hard.
And picked up by Anderson as he sent it ahead. Not called dead. Off the boards. Over to Kronetsky. Kronetsky with a long shot. Almost deflected number 3. But in the hands of the Lightning now as they try to exit. Captain Benton. Actually, that was Lurk. Lurk for the Falcons. Masterson pressuring behind the net. Back to the Lightning. Now Zavaglia trying to send out. Kronetsky, another long shot and a stop by Lang. As both teams will on the spectator side, down low. Mickley at center, Masters at right, Newport at left, Walkenhorst and Denny back on defense. They'll face off against number 9, Zavaglia. Newport, pass down to Denny. Denny, down to Masters. Masters, quick shot, but kept by number 17 for the Lightning as they exit. Back in the hands of 17. Oh, correction, this is 87, Dibley. He's going to swing around, but poked away by Denny. Denny trying to keep it out. Denny goes down. Dibley as well. They'll send that down to Armstrong, and Armstrong will smother. Seventh period. Falcons. That's Henniger for a shot, but stolen by Denny. Denny is trying to make a pass to himself, and he wants to shift around. Number 92. That'll get Armstrong giving a nice little. I was just glad that you did it. In the hands of 54 with a nice pass by the Lightning. 54 goes down, and we'll have a tripping call on the Falcons. Or maybe it's a holding call, actually. As 54 was swinging in, looking to get a shot off. That was Linnell, son of assistant coach Adam Linnell. Another pass time. Pinagor trying to kick it off the boards. Carried out by Gorham. Now in the hands of Harrison. Harrison shifting up. Harrison on the attack, short-handed. He'll look to get something going, but pressure from behind by Sheely. Now over to Gorham. Gorham shoves 48. Linnell. Ricky for a shot down. Center strong, nice opportunity. Off the stick of Sheely. Gorham chasing down to the corner. Riegert will get there first. He pokes it ahead to the neutral zone. He on the attack. Denny to stop this from materializing. Pinnager down to the corner looking for a centering pass. Now in the hands of Denny. Denny down into the neutral zone. It's Sheely who has to chase after yet again. Deflected off and icing. 24 seconds remains here. In the second. That's Madison. Now it's Walking Horse. Walking Horse goes down, picked up by the lone. Now 5 with a shot. Score. That was the net. Side of the net is where it's set. It pulled in and a nice by 5. It was a power play goal. So both teams now back to full strength. And a 4-on-1 materialized on a little bit of a line change miscommunication, it appeared. And Twin Bridge Lightning doing a great job taking advantage of that. Centering pass over to Legrand. Legrand trying to get his stick on it. Lurk trying to break that up. Now to Meseros. Meseros shifts into the high slot. Poked away by 92 Masterson. High stick by Rome. Rome now will go back to the sin bin as he's already had one. High stick by Rome brings an opportunity for a player advantage. That's a shot by Masterson off the body of number 92, Schrock. Schrock trying to Newport. A word exchange there. Trying to. It's a bet. Beckster. This Mick the Lightning. must stand corrected. There was no penalty call. I thought it dead. No power play. So even strength for both teams. Miscalled by the commentator, but a nice pass up to Mickley by Krenitsky. Krenitsky over to Newport, but actually picked up by Divley. Now Lightning shifting ahead, but it's Mickley Masters who grabs it. Masters down to Denny. Denny through the neutral zone over toward Newport, but it's Divley who grabs it. Divley sending it in. Kept called on. Back go on for a icing call. The clock 40. Gorham. Henniger, though, actually pokes over to Lurk for it. Now after keeps it. Bryant down through the point, over on the perimeter, still in Bryant's hands. No, stop, but back in Harrison. Harrison looking for a backhand shot into the body of Lang, and a nice save by Lang off the shot of Harrison. 3:19 on the clock. On to the shot. The Falcons have 6 shots on goal for the Lightning. Lightning wrap it around, picked up by Harrison on the perimeter, who reciprocates and send it back the Lightning again back the other way. Clark loses it. It's an opportunity by Linnell, but a great defensive effort by Walkenhorst. They shift up. It's now Gorham. Gorham into the slot. No. Actually kept by Walkenhorst. Shot. Glove save by Lang. Walkenhorst, who shift down through the high slot, had a nice wrister, but gloved by Lang. That stops the clock at 2:47 in the second period. Look to defend, hoping to tie here is both third period even. No penalty called. Just potential triple. Number 52, who lost it in transition off a good defensive effort by the Falcons. Benton pokes it over. In. Flop shot by Denton, picked up by. He fires it in, but kept in by Beck. LeGrand over to Benton. Benton back to LeGrand. LeGrand carries it in. He'll fire it down to the corner. Line change for Benton and LeGrand. Mickley and Masters out onto the ice. Beck back on deep. It appears for one. Masters goes down. Masterson with the puck. He'll fire it ahead. Past Abert. Called clean. Passing to the red line. Now Beck fires it in, but that's offsides. And so both teams will face off. Actually. No icing. Masters chasing it over to L. So our Strong with possession towards the back. Armstrong will smother that player. That stops the clock, and that'll technically be called a shot, though. And he's Bryant on a breakaway. Shot. and just over the net. Harrison over to Bryant again. Bryant goes down, no penalty call, as that was incidental. Picked up by Schrock, looking for a centering pass off the body of Zavaglia. 43 seconds remains in the second. Trying to break out. Picked up by Horse, who fires it on the opposite perimeter. Now Fulkerson ahead to Zavaglia. Zavaglia grabbing it. Fulkerson pokes it ahead. And ahead to Zavaglia. Zavaglia grabbing it. Fulkerson pokes it ahead. Now in the hands of Denny. Pass over to Bryant. Bryant into the neutral zone. Bryant and Gorham on the black jersey. A pass ahead to Gorham. Just too far. Harrison looking for a shot. As that one went over. And a penalty called as Maxwell Harrison went down. An interference call. Expired here in the second. That was Caleb. And I'm unsure if they're calling the penalty. Actually, yep, that will be a player advantage to the Falcons. Both goalies will signal to the referees they're ready to start. The clock still waiting to be reset. A 2-1 lead for the Falcons as we head into the third. Clark at center. At back on deep. Pass ahead, but picked up by Ricky in the neutral zone. Back to Riegert. Riegert ahead to Linnell. Through the Krenitsky. Linnell chasing after, behind with some wheels. Krenitsky will fire it around the boards. Over to Legrand. Legrand trying to it out, but picked up by Linnell. Linnell shifting into the slot. Over to Ricky, but off the shoulder. And now finally into the hands of Legrand. Legrand looking for a pass over to Masterson. Nice pass. 56 seconds on the player advantage. Masterson into the slot. Shooting lane. Save. And it's Legrand who came in trying to collect the rebound. Twin Bridge Lightning carried out. That's called live by the referee. Beck shifting behind the net. He'll wait. Beck fires it off the board. Who's on the line grabs that. Now in the hands of Krenitsky. Krenitsky will try to carry it through. Back, but picked up by Meseros. Meseros shorted. They'll try to get something going, but it's Mickley over to Masterson. Masterson off the boards. That's going to go through the neutral zone. 15 seconds remains in the power play. That's Meseros with possession down in the corner. He'll fire it off the boards. Make it up by Linnell. Down is over to Newport. Through by Sheely. Grabbed by the Lightning. Lightning over to Meseros. Meseros shifting in. Pressure by Denny. Denny and Meseros go down as they transition through. Loose puck down low. Now in the hands of Walkenhorst. Walkenhorst breaking out, but 3-on-1. Pressure by Schallenberg on Walkenhorst. Leads to that's behind Newport, but head to kept in by Mass. sliding it down. Walking Horse pass back to Walking Horse by Sin ahead at the red line. Schonberg chasing after as well as Denny. Denny wraps it around. Gorham trying to fire it through. Now Gorham looking to get something going. Gorham loose puck to Masters. Masters shifts in. Masters trying to shot off for a pass. He'll wait. Masters assessing. Over to Gorham. Gorham with a shot. That's going to go to the body of Lang. Newport with a backhand shot, but that shot over to Fulkerson and back. Now in the hands of Masters. Masters as well as Fulkerson left. Defensive line. Lightning as they try to prevent anything from centering pass, but deflected by the Lightning. By Rome. Now in the hands of Harrison, who fires it over. They're going to call that offsides as Gorham was trying to dance over the blue line and couldn't reset. 8:18 left here in the third period. 16 shots on goal for the Falcons, 7 shots on goal for the Lightning here at center. And this is number 9, Zavaglia, facing off against Gorham. Picked up by Harrison. Harrison off the boards toward Gorham, but now over to Fulkerson. Fulkerson ahead. Bryant will shift in. Bryant looking for a shot. That's a shot. Sliding, but a left leg pad save by Lang. Gorham in the corner, shifting around, looking for a pass. Pass, but intercepted by numbers 34. Pass over to the shooting lane. They're going to look for a shot. Armstrong deflects over. Pass Schrock. It's Gorham now, one-on-one. Gorham and Dibley. Gorham shifts over. Gorham trying to assess now. He'll dance through. Pass over, but picked up in the high slot, but deflected. Loose puck over to Walking Horse, who kicks it back down to the corner. Dibley grabs. He'll fire. Lurk. Centering pass again. .72, trying to send it ahead. That was Denny for the Falcons. Got it into the bench. And that stops the clock at 7. Masterson, LeGrand, Burt, Beck, Schrock looking shot. That's going to be saved by Armstrong. So Schrock just outside the faceoff circle, fires one head. Has a low sliding shot. Armstrong through traffic. Again by Linnell. Back to Kranitsky. Kranitsky trying to send it out. Kept in by Schrock. Armstrong almost gets it in as that was just off of the post, and it may have been deflected, but dangerous nonetheless. Nice shot by Schrock up at the point. Ricky trying to send it through. Picked up by Rieger. Correction. Ricky now. Off the body, deflected. LeGrand carry. In the neutral zone. Paired with Lurk and 10. Dance for 49, but lost at the point. Now Ricky trying with and just off the body of what appeared to be number Sheely. Masterson down in the corner. Falcons. Actually, we're going to call on number 2. So delayed penalty. Neutral zone. He's going to try to carry it in. Ricky looking for a shot. And a glove save by Armstrong. Off the long wrist shot by Ricky. And believe there was a delayed penalty for 92 kind of firing at the backside of Sheila. So player advantage to the Lightning here late in third. Horse breaking out, shorthand. He's going to get through traffic. Has Horse looking for it. A stick over. Save no. Pass the glove. Lightning 3-on-1. Falcons back checking right now. Pass over to Schallenberg. Schallenberg pass. They're going to look. Deflected. And 7 anyway. To get to the red line, and that would be icing. Craig Harrison, one of the coaches. Center. Masters at left, Beck and Krenitsky back on defense. It's Beck who catches the deflection. He'll send it out through the neutral zone. That won't have enough to be an icing call. It's collected by Riegert. Masterson chasing, or actually Masters. Pass ahead to Schallenberg. Pass Schallenberg into the stick of Beck. Beck through the neutral zone. Now back to Beck. Beck loses it. He'll carry it through into the neutral zone. 26 seconds remaining. Look to fire a shot. That will slide just wide. Masters takes it back through to the corner. And it's Mesros waiting at the blue line, trying to pick off a pass. Divley with possession here. Divley pass ahead over to Pinniger. Actually, that was number 5, Rome. Even strength now for both teams. And Rome pushes Beck down. Delayed penalty, Armstrong headed off the ice. And Rome with maybe a roughing or checking. So Rome into the sin bin, player just wide, picked up by Riegert. Perimeter, now in the hands of the Lightning as they break out. They're short-handed, they'll look for something. Sent over by Bryant. Or Maxwell Harris, back over to Riegert. Back, guys. 1:06 left on the clock here. Rome still in the sin bin. 2-1 advantage to the Falcons with 3:40 to go. Falcons will have a line change. Now to Gorham and LeGrand. Looks to be Ryan Zavagli facing off against Gorham. Sent over. And this is number 21, Fulkerson. Fulkerson looking for a shorthand shot, poked away by Denny. Centering pass over, LeGrand deflects over to Denny. Back to LeGrand, LeGrand ahead to Bryant. Bryant faced some pressure by Zealy. And not what's going on, but Bryant looked like he caught a stick as he went down, and it was incidental as Sheely and Bryant were trying to collect it off the boards over near their boards, over next to their bench. Bryant a little slow to get up. And that's 20 Sheely, who will head to the box, and the Falcons will have a 5-on-3. No, that was. So a 5-on-3 player advantage for the Falcons as time winds down here in the third. 3:20 on the clock. 46 seconds remains until Rome can come out of the sin bin. That's number 50 Schallenberg facing off against Lurk. It's Beck who's going to shift in. Beck sends it over. Lurk. Lane face and the Falcons facing 11. Over to LeGrand, Lurk looking for a shot, poked down and Schallenberg looking to break out short-handed. Schallenberg loses it as too many Falcons were on him. Beck sent it ahead. Back by the Lightning, over to Schallenberg. Schallenberg will dump it down deep. Schallenberg's going to come out on a line change. Still 5-3 advantage for another 3 seconds. Now 5-on-4 as that expires. Penalty called. Rome loses it. Beck sends it back ahead. 58 goes down. That was Aberg. And Kronitsky fires it over. Meseros trying to shift it up. Armstrong blocking it. That's going to be another shot into the body of Armstrong, who's in the RVH down low. And yeah, they can poke it if there's a loose puck, so he was just looking for a rebound. Yeah, when he came out, he was playing so he could try to get the puck. Oh, I don't know. I mean, they're not supposed to because it caused tripping, but it was legal. Seconds left on to have been unable to get anything to materialize. And they're going to do that. 7 seconds remaining, 5-on-4 for the Falcons. We'll have a strength situation here at 1. Linnell sent over boards at the red line. And 3. That was Mickley. Mickley 4. I'm not sure which. That was number 92, actually. That was Schrock. So Schrock and Mickley bump into each other at the red line just over on the boards. And no penalty called. That was incidental. Gorham facing off. Schrock ahead to Linnell. Now over to Pinniger. Pinniger shifts over. Armstrong waiting. Armstrong just over his blocker as that one sailed just north of the net. And we've got another penalty called. Bryant may be headed to the sin bin. And Bryant now will come. Penalty on Bryant. Not sure what it's called. Yeah. And no goalie pulled. Power play for the Lightning. Lightning with a shot. That was number 5, just past the glove of Armstrong. Out. 5-on-4. Walkenhorst trying to poke it out. Collected by Riegert. Riegert and Gorham bump into each other. Meseros looking for a centering pass. Armstrong looking to stop the rebound. And we may have a high stick. And both sides of the crowd fired up now. Gorham now headed to the sin bin. It's a 5-3 advantage for the Lightning. And it takes on the Lightning their goalie. So it's Gorham now in the sin bin for the same is true for Xander Bryan as the Falcons are now down 5-on-3. But with the pulled goalie, the Lightning will have a 6-on-3 advantage. And Armstrong has faced 12 shots, allowed 1 in. The game out. Watch from the bench as time expires. To close out the championship. And there's Zavaglia, Riegert, Geely, Schallenberg, Rome, Beck's going to try to fire it out. He tries to get it past Zavaglia. Now it's Harrison who sends it through. That'll be an icing call. No! Oh, it just almost bounced through, but they'll call that icing. And we'll get another face-off here. 55 seconds remains. Parker! 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 Harrison, Denny, and for the same lineup for Light. 6-on-3, 1 minute to back over. That's Harrison who won. Back to Beck. Beck fires it and is in. A score by Beck. Empty net score by Beck. How did that go in? So that was Harrison who won on the exchange. Poked it over the length of the ice. So an assist technically by that relieves a little bit of pressure on Armstrong as he was 6-on-3. Both teams face off ice. And if they gain possession on the 5-on-3 currently, they'll go back to a 6-on-3 player advantage. 54 seconds remains. Xander Bryant in on a 46-second penalty here. He'll remain in the penalty box for the remainder of the game. And the referees appear to be trying to figure out what's going on with the clock issue. They'll call both players, both teams back out to center. Playing into the net for the Falcons. 17 shots on goal for the Falcons. Score is 3. It's going to be picked up. Number 4, Riegert. He'll shoot it ahead. Beck will grab it actually at the red line, but that was sent past, untouched. That's icing as Riegert poked it ahead from one red line to the other. And so the Falcons will face off in their own attacking zone. 5-on-3. Likely carried now to Meseros. Meseros pokes it down to the corner. Denny tries to get his hands on it. Now back. Both on the puck down low. Nobody guarding any players. 24 seconds remains. No goalie pulled. Still 5-on-3. Now in the hands of Denny. Denny will just try to get his feet on it and stop the puck.
What are we blowing?
They're going to call a whistle on Denny as it looks like he was trying to stall that puck intentionally. Lightning number into the sin bin. Not sure what they called. Yeah. And no penalty called, actually. Still 5-on-3. 13 seconds remains in the game. And the puck is frozen over on the boards. No team can do anything about it. And so 11 penalties called in the game. And a great effort. So just a quick recap, it was Maxwell Harrison who opened scoring in the first early at 11:46 with some traffic down in the doorstep of Lang. That was not captured on video. And the latest goal picked up by Beck with 54 seconds remaining as they faced a 6-on-3. Pushing one past arms, nice shot for 5. Jack. That was a power play goal. Is 4 on